Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
They just kind of face check all sorts of things if they do not have vision, and that is very important because they do not have vision. That is absolutely true. He's going to get engaged on as there's the Dawning Shadow, has to flash to get himself out. That's a big ulti from Willer, but it's the Zeri that locks down the first kill in the fight, and then Willer is just going to execute them. Flash out from Effort, that gets him to safety, and Envy did get that one kill, but they trade down, and it looks like the Dragon will belong to the Zinzao as Execute is moving in, so never mind. We're looking for another 5v5, slow down onto Effort, as in goes Willer. They look for the Rakan and throw him backwards, but he's able to battle dance his way through, not able to get the rocks down in time, I don't think. Was Closer as Morgan trying to tank this one up, but he's taking a lot of damage here for free, and there is the hook that's going to connect. Reaver's Wall going to separate Envy as he's fighting clear on the top side of this fight. Meganar comes in and he flashes out of the wallop, but still Closer is going to go down and Execute, and the rest of FearX are going to run away.
Yeah, that was not the greatest setup there for Closer. He ends up getting a big shove, but there's no follow-up damage. It's still early game here for this Senna. And now health bars are low and they still want to contest.
There's only 3 of them. Clear does have teleport to try and get back into this fight, but this Herald is going down exceptionally low. That is going to be the secure. Let's see who's going to start piloting it. Is it going to be Envy? Is he just going to dive in? That's a nice little flick onto Morgan as he's the one driving. All right, there we go. Where are we going? They're just going to kill it and he's just going to get out. Is not going to be CC'd up from the hook. And starting a fight is probably not going to be their favorite thing.
Clear is pushing inner as well, and he has teleport.
Well, Hook is going to connect here from Execute as they chain the CC onto Karis. He gets a big old shield though, and now Effort diving into that backline, but not a massive amount of value as, oh no, Envy just gets hopped on here as immediately he's over the wall once again. Not much of an R-bar, but Clear doesn't need it. He's an AD carry as well, I guess. And that is going to be a beautiful connection, and the wind becomes lightning from Willer. He takes down Envy, and that is going to be the end of this fight for bro, FearX. They just demolished them.
Orianna, because they kept putting the ball in really nice spots. Like, okay, there's a choke point here they can't approach. Then I put it in another choke point, but he never pressed R on it.
Oh,
he did here.
Goes entirely wide, and Clear just going to celebrate with a little bit of hopscotch.
So watch this moment again with Clear.
Just going to find the Orianna.
Yeah. And by the way, like, no Meganar until the end. Not even required here.
Their minion waves for a bit of aggression on the Baron. And there's Doiv getting caught out of position. It's about as elementary as that, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? As Doiv goes down, that's the jungler. That is going to mean Baron. Dawning Shadow also means Effort is going to go down as well. And Karis just walks this one off.
I mean, he's just struggling. He's got good wave clear, but meanwhile on the top side.
Yeah, there's a massive engage from Execute. Finds 3 with the knock-up. Effort cannot do anything about this, and Henna is just raining down these auto attacks. Another inhibitor will go down, and I think this is just going to be the game. And I think a lot of people are going to say that this one was boring, but man, was it clean.
It was clean.
Like, the amount of, like, ticking of boxes that FearX did, they did exactly what you're supposed to do in a late game. It was beautifully done.
It really was, and we didn't get to say that about FearX all too much this season, but team fights, definitely not the cleanest, but the macro, that was good in this game, and a lot of it was Clear, setting up these waves. Willer?
Right, that's a nice little kickback. It's going to mean not a whole lot. As Doiv does go down, but he does demonstrate that he can do that if he needs to. There's a flash forward from Clear. He finds Envy, pushes him into his own Nexus as he's on the fountain now, trying to keep himself alive. The flick is good onto Morgan. A teleport in the middle of the battle for Execute.
It would have been fun, but I don't know. If Delight can't pull it off, then I don't know if you're pulling it off in this case, Execute. Yeah.
Doiv. All right, let's see whether they can do anything meaningful here to Clear. Good stun is going to come forward, and Clear is just looking for a solo. It's not going to happen. Morgan still had to flash, but that is going to be first blood going over to the Jax jungle. High value here for bro
Raptors.
And Doiv. Yeah, like that.
Tempo ult for Raptors. That's how you, as a mid laner, help out your jungler. Sometimes the jungler helps out the mid laner, but not in this case.
Willer is going to spot that his Raptors were taken away. Very sad stuff here. And he's actually going to wrap around. Look for a little bit of an ulti here. Does manage to find it as Closer. Gets the flick back onto Pool Bay. Willer happily tanks up about 4 turret shots and is able to take down the Orianna. Great punishment there.
Yeah, down here, maybe something?
Yeah, Effort just going to get headbutted, and FearX just wanting to clear out the vision where they can. Crash down from Effort isn't exactly fantastic as he gets knocked up. Magnet Storm comes on through, and they are just going to kill the Rel. There he goes. Now there's a stun onto Envy as Execute with the Unbreakable Will is just very, very tanky. Doiv not able to get here in time, and that is just a freebie.
Right. Yeah, she's still really strong at early skirmishes when she has her ultimate and 2v2s, 3v3s.
There's a cease and desist. In comes Closer as well as Effort just can't get on over. It's a decent shockwave, but I think Poolbay is still going to be dead. Closer locks down that kill as now Doiv. He's the one that's going to take his turn to die, and Henna is going to lock that kill up. I think this game is heading towards certification, Wolf, and it's a bit of a worry for FearX in a lot of their games. Is now he's going to find the mid laner here for Bro, and Willer is so incredibly strong. Sundered Sky already completed, and Poolbay, he's running the wrong direction. Seismic Shove is going to miss, and Poolbay doing the walk strategy very, very well. Still, Vault Breaker is going to come through. And
he's flanking them!
He is definitely flanking them. And the minions! Minions going to be taken down here as Poolbay will tank up the turret, and there is a last Vault Breaker. Home goes Willer now, and he'll spend all of that money that he just made.
I don't think Willer spent... Okay, hold on. Doiv?
Yeah, goes in, does find a counter-strike as now Henna has ulted as well. Still Execute with the Unbreakable Will is trying to tank up, but it's just not going to be enough to deal with. The three of them raining hell down upon him, and Henna not able to dissuade them from killing his cow. And that should be his outer turret on the bottom side of the map taken down.
Both of these games, FearX have just gotten an advantage and just run it all over the map. And I mean that in a good way. They've just basically taken all of these critical positions. They've then put deep vision around this turret so they can set up for this play.
Very good stuff as Envy versus Henna, but around the inner turret here. And that is a very aggressive teleport. Clear just going to come on over, and he does now have his Sunfire Cape completed. This will be a large influx of money, and there it is. And a turret taken down now. Effort looking for an opportunity, but he's headbutted away. And I think Execute might have a little bit of trouble here. Is still going to be able to flash to get to relative safety, and Clear is a huge brick wall to stand in front of Bro. Ulti here from Henna, who's looking to try and turn it. Has to respect the orb as they are standing on it for the moment. Envy still looking for an opportunity, and it is a dive comp, Wolf, but they're not using it like one. They're playing it like a front-to-back composition, and that's not really what you want to see. Poolbay coming back, does have his flash and shockwave available as Effort taking a lot of damage. Cease and Desist actually invested onto him as he just goes up into the sky. It's a fantastic shockwave. Can they find more, though, is the question, as Morgan diving on in. It's a double kill for Envy, but that is still the Vi locking down the Crocodile. And Clear is still up and available alongside Henna, who does do a fair bit of work still.
It is a very nice day outside. In fact, very few clouds, so I guess they're just all on the rift. As a contest?
Not able to actually lock anything down here as Clear sets up the circle as he is wont to do. That's a big shutdown as the Vi goes down, and now Doiv, he's looking for even more. Henna trying to throw these burst fires out, and Clear is the one that does it. He stood there, and the circle took him down. Composition to dive into the Baron Pit, because that's what they're going to need to do, is headbutt out for Doiv as now in they go. Good shockwave is going to connect as Closer just flashing into the back of this pit. It is a catastrophe as Doiv locks down the Baron. And now, FearX, can you actually punish them for stealing your stuff? As Effort able to limp his way out. Fantastic flash over from Morgan to execute that kill. And now Henna left in the pit, out to dry. And Morgan's going to chop him up. FearX, that was a throw. As we're going back, says FearX
are super slow to respond to this. They only send Clear back, and Closer was already there, but like,
yeah,
you're going to lose an inhibitor, and then you're probably still not going to be able to secure this dragon. We were really praising the macro of FearX in Game 1 and the advantages they pushed in Game 2, but...
And there's another one. He is being sought, well and truly.
We don't see Kaisa all too often, but if you, for those who don't know, once you have the Empowered W, which you can get from finishing Nashor's Tooth, if you hit people, it gives you a cooldown reduction, so every time Envy hits one of those, it's very frustrating for FearX to know another one's coming. Envy?
Well, in goes Willer. Is going to have his ulti popped, though, and they dive on top of Henna. Not able to finish him off, though, as you can see now Closer finally making his way into the fight, but Willer is already dead. Poolbay taken down exceptionally low, but Henna is dead. The red buff is going to lock that one down. Killer Instinct from Envy, and he knows that this fight is pretty much done. It's a great flick, though, as Closer, still a fair bit of damage on him, threads the volleys through. How did Fox actually make that one work?
Insane. There's just not enough long-term damage in this composition here for Bro. Hey, it's really tough for Willer to get into this pit. He does not have flash.
Yeah, Effort probably going to be spotted here on this flank angle. The Baron goes down very, very low. They're not wanting to flip it. And Clear going to get in here and push Effort away. He wants to find that angle, but it's going to be so difficult. And now the charge up is going to come through. Not sure about the Crocodile as the main target, who does press that dominant spot, and he's still going to go down, so never you mind. If you all have the same idea, it is just going to work out. It's a double kill for Closer. Killer Instinct into the backline for Envy, though, and he's now going to have to try and fight it, but that seismic shove he was so scared of is going to kill him in the end. And FearX, yeah, they had a bit of a hiccup, but, you know, they just they win the glass of water and everything was fine.
I guess they win in the end, as, yeah, Willer maybe don't engage on the Crocodile, but he didn't really have any other option there. He wanted to get his way out, and it bought enough space for the Zeri. Hannah ends up having a massive ultimate there and coming through, and Closer, big improvement this game around on the Talia in terms of what sort of impact he can make in team fights. Actually doing a ton of damage in the last one, and this time that final shove does Envy in. And they're going to push to end. No Baron, but they think they have the damage, and with only Effort here, I think they are correct in that assumption.
They absolutely are. They're just ignoring Effort entirely. Some casual pulverizers, some headbutts as well. It's pacifist mode, as now they're going to look to focus down this Nexus. They should be able to do so, as Closer is going to be on in there.
Ult.
That's a double kill. Make it a triple for Morgan as the Lord grabs a few on his way out, but that is going... Nautilus Callista does not really spark a lot of joy into the Nico Draven. I mean, that is going to be so much lane pressure, and I think that they're going to have to require Pioshik in that bottom lane to really get any sort of advantage.
So we will see what they can get done as Equalizer.
Oh, yeah, there's the Ignite down as well, and look at the items, Wolf. Look at the items. He picks up the Sorcerer's Shoes and just cooks the Cassante. Kwangdong Freecs are going to be able to set up for this Drake, but Pioshik just waits for the wall to go down. Cuz taking a lot of damage from the Unleashed Power, and so he is out of this one. KT, they'll pick up where Kwangdong Freecs started.
Yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate for Kwangdong. Bulldog's timing of his ultimate a little bit too early to actually help them secure the dragon itself. And like I said, BDD, his ult does damage for KT, and they need to be able to stack these dragons very well.
Oh, well, this is looking scary as, oh my goodness, the terrifying Rumble just comes in, barbecues the Talia, and heads back towards the top side. Now we understand why this Rumble was picked so well.
KT gonna get the second dragon now. And unfortunately, the big fear of the Draven getting a reset isn't real if they don't actually show up to the fight on time here. They had no prio to do so.
Yeah, and so this is just going to be taken. Looks like Kwangdong Freecs might try to get some sort of follow-up kill or something like that, but no. Bulldog not even going to pull the trigger on the Weaver's Wall as Mountain Soul. Okay, that's a bit of a scary one here, especially if, you know, we've spoken about this with Callistas that build Jack shows and stuff like that. It will be very difficult to kill a Callista. He must have been watching.
Cuz is fighting here. He doesn't know necessarily. Seems like he might have an inkling, though.
Yeah, Q going to miss there as Dudu might have missed that on purpose to try and bait Perfect in, and there is the counter-strike. Pioshik going to turn up, though. Flash comes through. Great positioning of the Equalizer, although they do get out of the way. It just doesn't matter, as now BDD, he's teleported in, unleashes the power towards Cuz as the seismic shove is decent for disengage, but Kwangdong Freecs not able to lock down.
To pull him away from the Equalizers. Oh,
whoa.
Barrel.
There's a flash forward. Pop Blossom is going to come in, but Deft not actually affected by it. Whirling Death comes down. Barrel is just pulled out of from the side, and now Deft is able to lock down that kill. Slowed down with the Rand. Barrel out of dashes, out of hooks, and so they're going to let the Nico live for now. But in the 2v2...
Yeah, it also means that it's really tough for him to actually do anything in terms of retreating and trying to play back towards Cuz. He has to kind of go for the all-in and hope to win. And this ends up being a really great flash there from Barrel, and then Deft follows up with the Fate's Call here, and then splits the damage, and is hoping for 2 kills here. Not quite able to get the second one there. Does Rend for the slow, but Nico does escape. But still, nice attempt there from Quantum to turn things around, but they just did not expect Barrel to drop that ult.
Steel Caps purchased, but
I like that.
The added lethality in Deft's build, he does like to do this and then still goes other things as, oh dear, Quantum caught backing on a ward, and they're going to find the right one here as well. BDD locks down the Nico, can't be too tricky.
Now they have insane prio for Dragon. They're getting an extra charge on this Herald, it looks like, too. Equalizer dropped.
Yeah, Bull down to 50% health. What the heck? Quantum just... he's just gone. He just came back. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, there's another drive here for Barrel as 200 health left on Shelly, and she'll get another charge. Inhibitor turret at 17 minutes.
Forget Perfect games, man. Perfect is having one on his own. He's got perfect KDA. He's leading the damage in this game, and now Cuz caught in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and he does actually throw, Pyosik throws Cuz into death. Not exactly optimal, but it doesn't really matter. Seismic Shove connects onto the Callista, but not able to do enough damage here as now the rest of KT are just going to pile forward. Decent Pop Blossom attempt, but he's just too squishy. Quantum not able to do anything. Fate's Call gets Beryl out of there, and now Dudu dashing forward. They do manage to lock down the kill onto Pyosik. That should be all they get off the back of this one. Remember, there is no turret in this area. All out here as the hook is too good. And now Bull trying to get that cash in. Deft is fighting him, and he does go down. BDD manages to get the kill in the end, but still some decent money over to the Draven. And without Rumble, it's a little bit more honest here in these scuffles. Yeah, banana brush control for the Kwangdong Freecs. So what we want to be looking at is Beryl at full health. Celestial opposition at the ready as Equalizer on top of Bull once again. He's sort of just pushed against the wall, and the flash forward from Perfect. Whirling Death is decent as now Perfect kind of out of the fight, but Cuz is already dead. Deft able to lock down that one, and Quantum once again at 50%. Perfect just doesn't really care, man. He's going down low, but it doesn't really matter. Shape Splitter going to be collected by Beryl, and there is Soul Point for KT. Yeah, that's 2 completed items. Is now Weaver's Wall going to come on through. Pop Blossom looking for him, gets the shield, and that is about it. Seismic Shove does push Deft into the wall, but that scatter is fantastic. Bull, the Whirling Death is actually for him, and there goes Bulldog as well. Quantum taken down in an instant. The knock-up from Beryl. They are just chaining them one after the other, as, yeah, Dudu takes a little while to die, but Deft is going to be able to take him down, and a celebratory Equalizer. Hanging out here in this mid lane. Inhibitor still up and available as, of course, they only took the Inhibitor turret very early on, as Hook going to connect onto Dudu. Equalizer means that Bull is just out of this fight entirely, all out onto Deft, as he is going to be taken down. But still, there is so much damage available from KT. BDD raining hell down upon them. Cuz is going to die. There is the stun onto Bulldog with a Scat of the Week, but the Seismic Shove is still there, and BDD will be taken down. The rest of the 3 on KT, though, they are still going to be able to take this Inhibitor. Inhibitor turret in trouble, and Bulldog not really going to be able to do too much as well. A little bit of a shame. I thought the Storm Surge could probably be made up for, but with an Arm Guard there, it's just not happening. As Quantum now going to look for an opportunity, another phenomenal Equalizer. Oh my god! If he had a Void Staff, then maybe they had him died, but he would have died himself if he didn't have that Arm Guard, so maybe, just maybe, he'll get away with it. Still, Bulldog's able to lock that one down, but that's a Mountain Soul now for KT, as Dudu's going to get engaged on a Hook going to connect there as well, and now Bull is in so much trouble, just knocked up over and over again. Deft finally catches up, and that is going to be the death of the Draven. Cuz knocked into the sky as well, and he's going to be the last kill. As well, I guess Bulldog is still here. He's just trying to take care of the base. Made it out unscathed. Oh, okay. Well, this is a bit of an engage onto Perfect. He looks for Bull, but he is going to be taken down. Cuz grabs that kill, as now Beryl looks for a little bit of a re-engage. Deft over the wall actually is going to be able to keep himself safe, and the Jax is going to go down. Another Seismic Shove is decent for the disengage, but Kwangdong Freecs, they just want out of this one. It's a 1-for-1 trade, though, and honestly,
probably just pushing that vision and trying to get additional information.
Oh dear, there's the Hex Flash over the wall. Dudu not exactly the prime target, but they'll take whatever they can get. As Quantum looking for a re-engage angle. There's the all-out to get him out of there, and that is actually going to work. Pyosik down to 50%. Win becomes lightning as Dudu maybe don't go too far forward, my friend. He'll get knocked up and taken down. Fate's Call now for the re-engage. As Quantum, he'll try and dash cannon his way out, but there's another dash here for the Xin Zhao. And now Cuz on that flank angle going to be spotted by the Vision, and they cannot just go in one by one, especially not when KT are this far ahead.
Yeah, and to give Quantum a little bit of credit, I mean, when your game is this lost and you have no map control, the Nico is going to die a lot.
As Scat of the Week onto Bull, managing to find that target. Kind of ridiculous there from BDD as these next turrets just fall down. It's the end of the game, guys. We'll see where the KT go for some more kills, as that is a really nice Q3, to be honest, out of Dudu, but the Scat of the Week is going to come through. Bull is going to be the last one to die, and then the Nexus will be finished off. KT getting some revenge over the barrel. Is that actually happening? Surely not.
Don't think so.
As Culling going to be used, as Deft will be able to clear out the wave. And all right, we saw him. Is the slam going to come in? No, he actually didn't have it. He's just going to taunt, and Deft is going to be able to help take down the kill. Still, Cuz coming on in. Deft was the one tanking the turret, so suboptimal on that front. They do manage to take the Caitlyn down, though, and we'll see whether the rest of KT are going to be able to get out. Great bubble there from Beryl to make sure that Pyosik will be all right, and even throws him a heal. Pyosik, he's going real quick. does have his boots too now completed. This turret is not long for the world, and Bull and Quantum have definitely done their job when it comes to making the money from the structures. This, though, is going to be a bit of a difficulty as Pyosik does put up the defensive ball curl, and look at that value. Isn't that beautiful?
Quantum, he looks super comfortable on this Ashe pick, and we know how strong Ashe is, and yes, it is pretty simple to, aim an arrow at a
Oh, if at first you don't succeed, just go back when the arrow isn't actually available. Now the culling is going to follow up. Bull is able to walk his way out, and Deft is just dead because Bulldog is going to turn up for this one. BDD's in there, and there is the ace in the hole from Bull. He's going to help lock that one down as well. Kwangdong Freecs, they had the cavalry ready to arrive.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Although Cuz is just going to die. The flash forward was aggressive and strange, and Beryl, he's not going to die. BDD is going to be so massive after this fight. My God!
Okay, there's something happening in live. Bulldog's doing things.
Yep, BDD is taking some damages. Quantum's there as well, as BDD's going to get flashed on. He does flash the Orb Deception, as now Quantum is going to sacrifice himself to make sure he gets that kill. And now there's even more happening. Deft able to sidestep as Bull doesn't hit. Explosive charge that it is now is doing just a fiery dot. Oh God, the damage from Deft here. Kind of massive. Cuz not going to be able to find the Vault Breaker, and he gets bubbled. Deft just needs one more auto, and this Vi is dead. There's the flash forward barrel. He loses patience entirely and is just going to die. They do manage to take down the jungler, but here's the Weaver's Wall. BDD tries to look for Bull, but he's not quite able to get there. I would agree with you.
And I think, okay, Bulldog?
Yeah, not going to be able to find the charm, but they do get the arrow onto the Nami. That's fish food. And
okay.
That's a really nice pick because they have this Rift Herald as well. Possibility to open up this mid lane entirely. You can see that Rammus does want to stop it from happening. Gets a taunt onto Quantum, but the seismic shove not going to be used in time. Quantum gets himself out, and Pyosik, he is looking a bit worse for wear. As Cuz was spotted, Pyosik's still at 50%, not exactly optimal, as now Weaver's Wall going to come down. Bulldog in such an awkward position. And there's the seismic shove, just hand-delivered to the bubble dispenser. And Beryl's going to be able to help take him down there. That's another kill going over to Deft. They will lose their outer turret in mid lane.
On the flank, he might be able to get straight into this back line and make magic happen. Cuz already here for the contest.
Yep, teleports coming in all over the place, as that is going to be the steal for Cuz. Fantastic work. Now Bulldog makes his way into the back line, and that is going to be a dead Talia. The priority target absolutely is now the Soaring Slam, trying to get Pyosik out, and Ace in the Hole just really doesn't do damage to a Rammus.
Yeah, no, and the flash attempt there to follow on Blast Cone for Bulldog was optimistic at best, and so his flash is now down. Pyosik will escape.
Yeah, Deft is just dashing on top of Cuz here. Wants to block the Vault Breaker as Charm connects, and Perfect not exactly too worried, although it does do a fair bit more than I was expecting. Good.
Yeah.
7-7 is going to be the kill score, though, and really not a whole lot in it. All right, let's see what the kitchen sink does to Pyosik. And it looks like it does actually take him down, as now Bulldog dashing forward. Pyosik is obviously just going to survive. Quantum in trouble as BDD not quite able to land the last few shots. Finally, Deft is going to start getting this work done. Quantum almost survives. Once again, Beryl has to flash in to get work done.
They threw the kitchen sink at him, and it still wasn't enough, actually. It's still, in fact, it was not enough to kill him. He gets away, and KT turn on it. TP to come through.
Yeah, now Dudu could be in a whole lot of trouble. Teleport from Bulldog as well, as both mid laners coming down. It's just solo laners only in this moment, as the threaded volley not really finding the mark, as Deft is going to turn up even though he wasn't necessarily invited. And the rest of KT are all here. And Pyosik, yeah, he is just an orb of destruction.
To trade down. Would have definitely been worse if he didn't.
Oh, let's watch the gameplay. Let's watch the mechanics.
Wait for
Walking.
the R.
그냥 공 쓸게 나.
There we go.
He said, I'm going to use my ult.
Yep.
And he used it.
빠지면서 천천히 해봐.
And he's like, all right, just back out as in play it slow. And
잘해봐.
I don't know, I mean, it's like basically do your best, like.
Yep, good luck, guys.
I'm out.
It's really funny. Like, it's crazy how much damage he's going to do here. Like, watch this.
Yeah, oh my god, okay, Cuz, he dives in. They are able to take down said Lucian, but Bulldog not going to be able to do too much more. He's going down so incredibly low. Pyosik continuing to tank everyone, and this time KT don't have the follow-up. And so they lose 2 in the fight. Or whether KT are going to be able to find this turn angle, There's Bull making his way out of the brush, and they've got a little bit of a wraparound here as Tidal Wave's going to come in. Bull, he was on the wrong ledge, and there is the Bull. It just slams down on top of them. Bubble is going to be there for the connection. The layering of CC is so good, as cease and desist is just not going to be listened to whatsoever. KT do not do that. They do not stop. They just continue, as Bulldog is trying to deal with Perfect, who is extraordinarily tanky. That was a phenomenal turn. And so unfortunately, the Caitlyn not really getting too much done. And right now, you know, when you're like 2 and a bit items, it is the most awkward time for a Caitlyn. You just don't really do that much. You want to wait until ultra late game or something like that. As now Pioshik possibly going to get charmed up, and is, and okay, another kitchen sink going to be delivered. This time, they kill him. Yeah. As Quantum now just going to get engaged on by Perfect. So cease and desist going to be utilized, but now Cuz is very far away from the rest of his team and will just be absolutely zapped by the rest of them. KT now turning their attention to Dudu, and it's just too split. The tidal wave stops them from being able to follow up altogether, and now Bull is trying to deal with a BDD who is able to throw so many more rocks than her bullets can handle. And now Quantum, he's going to get slammed into one more time. Bull taking more damage than he's dealing. Pioshik presses his defensive bull curl button, and the Caitlyn kills herself by shooting it.
Pressured by Deft and then blown up by Deft all this game long. He's several levels down on Barrel.
Someone needs to tell Bulldog that that is not his home. That was his home in the last game. As he's going to go golden underneath the inhibitor turret. It's his favorite one, and that's where he's going to die. Dudu now going to at least be able to get a turret back here towards his top side. Really starting to hurt. Thankfully, they do make their way out of it majoritively.
It's hard for Kwangdong to come back in this game just because they have no map control, and with the support that's this squishy and this far behind, and Vi, who doesn't have great follow-up in this comp anymore since Caitlyn's just been trapped in the trough. It's really tough. I mean, Pioshik, does he care?
No. No, Bulldog ran out of spells, and so therefore he stopped taking damage. Dudu finds the backline, though. Maybe they care about that, but the massive slam is going to come down. They get rid of Dudu. Deft is still alive. He had that Bloodthirster from earlier, and it worked out so well. Quantum will fall the double tap to get rid of the Ari. A teleport of about 1.5 meters for Perfect. They'll take down these inhibitor turrets, and I think KT are looking to just say goodbye to this game.
I think so. They just have such a huge lead here, and these turrets are going to disappear before the might of Deft.
Oh my goodness. All right, Bull is underneath, is in his fountain, but is just going to be unceremoniously slaughtered. And Deft, he claims that kill. That's his 12th of the game. Absolutely gigantic performance on this Lucian. Couldn't have done it without his hedgehog in the jungle. Pioshik's Rammus, what an absolute.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.